avoir un input en what you wear?
I don't like, I mean, if I don't like something, feel comfortable with something, then I can say no. But I don't actually like to sort of input in a way, if it's not Felicity, if I think like very honestly to myself, like Felicity wouldn't wear this, then obviously I won't wear it. But Maya, Manny, who does all of our costume sort of finalizing and picking and shopping, has done such a beautiful job creating the wardrobe of this character, which are things that I normally wouldn't pick. So having her creative ability focused on her occupation is kind of what makes the collaborative idea of using an actor fit the most transformative things. So
you don't steal our clothes?
No, I think I've worn something of hers to a convention or something like that, but a lot of the times I'm in like leather, like black.
C'était une question à propos du style de vestimentaire de Felicity. Donc, est-ce que Emily choisit elle-même les vêtements que va porter son personnage? Et en fait, elle laisse ce soin à une personne dont c'est le métier, qui est professionnelle. Par contre, elle donne son avis parmi les choix qui lui sont proposés. Et c'est elle qui va dire oui, je pense que c'est bien le style de Felicity et qui accepte de porter les vêtements. Mais en général, elle ne les garde pas. Donc, son style, c'est plutôt cuir, là-bas. Yeah. Et du coup, ça colle pas complètement avec Felicity, mais en tout cas, elle donne son avis.
Unbelievable, I don't know how you do that. You could be saying anything though, and I'd be like, oh my god.
I know the ticket song.
What?
Yeah?
Doesn't everyone know the Tico song? I can't believe it. I'm a Tico, so here's my... Oh my god.
I know that.
Right?
So, there you go.
Hi, Emily again. Why did you like bathtubs and bathrooms that much? I wanted to ask this question for a long, long time. I have jelly beans.
Oh my god. I would say my throat's a little sore,
It's
so
okay.
I'm going to try not to sugar, but I love jelly beans. Jelly bellies, oh my god.
If you want to have it.
Candy of any
So if you want to translate.
do you need to translate in between? No.
No, I think it's okay. Vous avez compris?
Non.
Ah bon,
Why does she like bathtubs and bathrooms that much?
Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle aime autant les baignoires et les salles de bain?
It's weird. It's so weird.
It's not weird, it's funny. It's not.
En vrai, c'est vraiment très étrange.
I guess I love getting ready. I like it more than the party. I don't know. I guess like bathroom heart to hearts are like the most genuine. I don't know. I find everyone's been to the bathroom. Everyone relates to it. I mean, you guys have all visited the bathrooms here, so I don't know.
The ugly truth mirror.
Like seriously, it really becomes sort of it's so easy to put a scene in a bathroom. Honestly, when I'm watching actors in any film or TV, I find them brushing their teeth the most interesting or going through the cabinet. Something that everybody does all the time that we don't get to see other people doing. I always find like that. But also, I mean...
My girl's having a period.
Yeah, right?
Lost on Island.
Yeah, the last on Island. It's like, come on.
How did Shadow end up in the island with her?
We just don't talk about it. Clearly it doesn't happen.
Même si elle peut pas vraiment expliquer pourquoi cette affection pour la salle de bain, elle aime beaucoup montrer ce qu'on n'a pas toujours pour les acteurs. Donc, par exemple, se brosser les dents ou se préparer. Donc, toutes ces scènes de salle de bain. Et par exemple, ça lui permet aussi de répondre à des grandes questions métaphysiques. Par exemple, comment font les filles perdues sur une île comme Shadow, alors qu'elles n'ont pas de serviettes hygiéniques et d'accès au tampon et rien pour faire leur toilette. Donc,
well, you know when you're on an island, you just don't get your period. That's what happens. So it's science.
Et elle pense que la science a démontré que quand on est sur une île, en fait, on n'a plus ces règles.
We should all go to an island.
Yeah.
Bermuda.
Donc on va tout aller sur une île et porter des Bermudas.
A few minutes ago, she asked you about your character being bad on the show, and you said
That was really cool.
You would not be against it. How did you react when you find out Felicity was kind of evil in the comics when she said, "I am Felicity Smoke and I was hired to kill you"? That was awesome.
So absolutely right, like that.
Alors, il y a eu une question un tout petit peu plus tôt pendant la grande session qui demandait à Emily comment elle le prendrait si son personnage évoluait vers un caractère beaucoup plus dark, plus sombre, un petit peu méchante. Et du coup maintenant on aimerait savoir comment elle a réagi au fait que dans le comics Felicity a un personnage effectivement bien plus sombre.
My initial reaction, this is something I do, if I am given a problem or a fact, I'll immediately go and justify it in my own brain so it makes sense. And I guess the story that I had put together, like right away, like you tell me water's made out of alcohol, and I'm like, well, that's because, and I'll just like go and figure it out.
Sa première réaction, c'est toujours de chercher une raison très très rationnelle à ce qui est en train de se passer et à ce qu'on est en train de lui apprendre. Donc, par exemple, si on est
what I thought was that it would be Willa's character, and then she has betrayed us, and therefore that turns Felicity so quickly that it's like I'm protecting my own family idea. But that's what makes her dark, which is what I hope I got across earlier, was that something tragic to her had to have happened to like make her cut off sort of her, you know, her emotional self.
She became the Huntress and go after Oliver too.
Yeah, there you go.
I could dig
Yeah.
that.
You could take that.
Yeah, me too. Hi.
Nice.
It will be great.
I want that kid.
I can give it to you.
No.
If you want to.
I'll find my
Finalement,
own.
pour trouver une raison rationnelle, ce serait plutôt une histoire de vengeance. Donc, le personnage de Willow, et ça deviendrait quelque part une affaire de famille. Elle voudrait venger quelqu'un qui lui est cher. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle, c'est comme ça qu'elle a interprété ce côté sombre.
The fandom has been erasing this idea of Papa Smoke, Damien Dark, Hives. How do you think about that arc, and how do you think that is going to change your relationship with John Diggle, if your dad is actually Hives' big boss?
Alors, avec le retour du personnage de ton père, comment est-ce que tu penses que ta relation avec Digger va évoluer
Oui.
Sachant effectivement qu'il travaille pour The Hive.
I believe or hope that their history withstanding would be able to solidify their future obstacles. But don't we all always wish that?
Do you like actually the idea of your daddy Smoke being Hive big boss?
I have a feeling that it's not. But I don't know for sure.
Elle a l'impression qu'en fait, c'est pas vraiment le cas et que de toute façon, l'histoire va montrer qu'il y aura une façon de résoudre tous ces obstacles.
It would make sense sort of like intellectually matched if you want sort of that genetics on this side, because obviously in comparison to the storyline that we have about Felicity's father, that he's a brilliant man.
Yeah, right.
He's a man, and he's got a genius IQ. So those are
But
facts,
you are now the biggest genius of both.
Biggest genius of both.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understand that.
You're the biggest genius between you both,
Oh,
Daddy
yes.
and
well,
you.
Well, hopefully. I mean, we don't know.
Sure.
We're sure.
Now.
We're sure
And
now.
I'm sure it's going to be a fight between the two.
That
And
part
you will
always
win.
is,
Yeah, yeah.
which is an interesting aspect. But it can also be your biggest vulnerability.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Donc s'il devait y avoir un affrontement entre Felicity et son père, on se demanderait quel est le personnage le plus intelligent des deux. Et a priori, c'est plutôt Felicity qui les informe.
We do know how sensitive Diggle is.
It's not his mother.
That's my only other thought would be that Diggle might not be able to handle it.
Et,
You think so?
I feel like he's very like, I mean, you could ask David more about this, but I just feel like when he makes a decision, because he has army training, you make a decision and you go.
elle a juste l'impression que finalement, c'est le personnage de Diggle qui aurait
I don't know.
le plus de mal
He's a big
à
heart.
gérer la situation.
Yes.
But
It's a big
Mais
teddy bear.
Parce que finalement, avec son entraînement militaire, quand il a pris une décision, il doit s'y tenir, donc il ne pourra pas composer comme le ferait son personnage.
What if Diggle kills your father?
no. Well, yeah, I mean,
But there's not a good relationship between daddy and daughter, so
but
maybe.
he's still dad.
because he left.
though. It's so
He
like,
left
it's
you.
such a weird territory. He did leave,
I'm
but
sure
at the
he-
same time,
You don't know much.
you just want ties disconnected. You don't want somebody's life to end. That was your genetic.
How responsive are her dad?
Yes,
Vas-y, parle.
J'avais avancé ma traduction. Est-ce que ça te plaît dans la série d'avoir un petit ami à tempérament suicidaire?
Bonne question.
C'est une super question.
No, because I'm continually, well, Felicity's continually worried and upset, and her cortisol levels are at an all-time peak. I mean, she's like gonna be, she's at this rate, she's gonna look 40 when she's 30. So.
Alors, évidemment, le personnage de Felicity est tout le temps inquiète pour Oliver, et si ça continue comme ça, effectivement, elle aura l'air d'avoir 40 ans quand elle en aura 30.
That's a great question.
How it was to wear the Atom suit, and do you think you
What was the end of that?
and do you want to have one of your own suits?
I don't want to regret saying no, but I'll tell you why it's no right now. I actually only wore the top half of the Atom suit, and I wore this like red one piece made for a man, so it had like a flap, and it's too big. So I was wearing everything that was bees, like all of it was branded. So it's all like really big, and then I put like hockey armor underneath, and then they put it on top, and then they put the cowl on, and then the helmet, and then my glasses, and then the shoe. So you can't move, and it's not heavy. It's just very restricting, and you automatically feel when you're. I've never worn armor before. I automatically felt like not trapped, but like I felt protected.
Small.
Yeah, but I didn't want to talk very much. I mean, it was late. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't want to.
And really cold because you were trembling. I remember you were like,
It must have been cold. It's always cold in Vancouver. It was dark, so it means it was cold. Yeah, it was cold. I remember now. If I were to have a suit.
Qu'est-ce qui se...
Yeah.
Quel costume elle voudrait avoir? Oui, excusez-moi. Du coup, c'était une question sur le moment où on lui a fait porter le Adam suit, le costume Atom. Et finalement, elle ne portait que la partie du haut de ce costume. Et elle s'est sentie un petit peu confinée dans cette espèce de grosse armure parce qu'elle n'est pas forcément habituée à ce qu'on lui fasse porter ce genre d'équipement. Et donc, ça a un peu changé son jeu d'actrice puisqu'elle se sentait plus réservée, elle avait beaucoup moins envie de parler. Et maintenant, la question qu'on lui pose, c'est quel genre de costume elle aimerait choisir pour son personnage.
It's so convenient for guys to go to the bathroom when they're given an out. Like, well, I have to take this whole
I know.
C'est tellement pratique pour
Do
les
you ever
garçons
go to the
d'aller
bar
aux
in a
toilettes quand
onesie
ils
and you're like, why did I choose this?
facilement une
It's so
baguette.
cute. And you can't.
Alors que là, vu la
never
taille de porte,
learn.
elle ne peut pas.
About the scene with the Adam suit, I was thinking, we can see Steven really cracking up. Was it out of character because he was laughing at you?
I'll tell you why. He wasn't working with me. He was working with Brandon's stunt double, who's a 6'5" beautiful man. And so Steven was like having to be like, I was like, I'd be kissing you right now. So I was standing like 20 feet, like you couldn't see me, but he had to be looking at Mike because it had to be Mike's height because it had to look like Brandon. So Steven was like, I can't tell you I love you. Mike. So he was just kind of like crying.
He was supposed to say I love you?
With his eyes.
Okay.
So, it totally looks like, it looks great. It's just like, I was like, so how was that? I think, oh God, I wish I had gotten that whole thing. It was so funny.
Une scène particulièrement difficile à tourner puisque Oliver était censé lui dire avec son regard qu'il l'aimait, sauf que du coup elle était avec que des acteurs masculins et dans un costume masculin et du coup la scène n'a pas du tout été facile à tourner, mais en tout cas très rigolote. Il y a une question juste là.
I know that John Barrowman has been part of the whole Doctor Who world for a long time. I'm just wondering, how have the rest of you found suddenly being thrown into this whole world of geek fandom and conventions? And is there a way you can prepare for that, or do you just have to throw yourself into it and see how it goes?
Comment est-ce qu'elle s'est préparée à entrer dans cet univers un peu de geek et de passionné, alors que c'est pas forcément complètement son univers?
Well, it's interesting because I feel like you guys know me better than I know any of you. Like, I don't know anything about any one of you. And it's interesting to come into a room and, you know, be asked questions, but it's like a really beautiful thing as well, because I get to meet more people than anybody has met all week to a certain extent, and hopefully connects to at least, because you don't connect to a lot of people. Maybe 2%, maybe not even that. I guess with social media now, it's become this thing where everyone is so accessible, so you get to pick and choose who you want to learn about and what you want to learn about, and that's why you get to do different things. That's why there's so many more occupations now, and so much more creativity and jobs, and the ability to, you know, if you want to get a degree or you don't, but you still have to learn all these things and follow your passion, hopefully, which is the idea. To be thrown into the convention world, for my experience, has been quite, it's been a whirlwind, but I'm also so protected because of how my growth was. But my life has changed significantly in the past 3 years. Like, I still live in Vancouver and I still live in the same apartment, but I have much fewer friends because I don't have time. So I see my mother and my best friend and my dog. That's pretty much it. And then it's just, my life has changed. I don't know if I have the right answer for you. It's very strange.
How will you feel when there's a Felicity action?
There is one.
Is there?
There is. She's doing this with both her hands, so I don't know how that happened. I'm just looking at it for interpretation.
She's multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking. I was like, oh my god, so interesting.
Oh my god.
No filters. No filters. John Barrowman and I get along very well, as you can probably tell.
Pour l'expérience d'Émilie sur cette convention, elle expliquait que finalement, c'est toujours intéressant parce qu'elle a l'impression que vous la connaissez bien mieux qu'elle ne pourra jamais tous vous connaître, mais que ce qui est génial, c'est qu'elle fait énormément de rencontres et que finalement, maintenant, avec les réseaux sociaux, on peut choisir qui on a décidé de connaître et qu'est-ce qu'on veut savoir sur les gens. On peut apprendre énormément, mais ça ne remplace pas le contact humain qu'elle a aujourd'hui avec ses fans. Et elle explique aussi que rentrer comme ça dans un monde de convention, ça va avec le fait que sa vie a énormément changé depuis 3 ans, même si elle vit toujours à Vancouver et qu'elle est toujours dans le même appartement. Elle voit beaucoup moins de personnes puisque tout simplement elle n'a plus le temps. Donc sa vie sociale, c'est un petit peu résumé à sa maman, son petit ami et son chat. Et comme ça...
Chien.
Ah, son chien, pardon. Yeah. Et finalement, c'est les grosses différences de sa vie, mais en tout cas...
This is her Linky yesterday.
She's so cute.
Where is she?
She's in Vancouver, and I've been in LA for most of hiatus.
Donc c'est son petit
I
chien
went
qui
home
a
to see her for like 5 days.
Alors qu'elle est à Los Angeles.
July 13th. Yeah.
Donc le 13 juillet, le tournage reprend.
That's good news.
Une question par ici.
Like, if you could direct your own episode, what kind of story would you come up with?
Oh, that's any show or a Vero?
Any show, Arrow or Flash or anything?
Si tu devais écrire un épisode, qu'est-ce que ce serait comme genre d'histoire, quelle que soit la série, Flash ou Arrow?
Slightly confused by the question. If I could write it?
Yeah, direct it.
You are the director, you're the author.
Well, if I was directing it, I probably wouldn't want to be in it, so it'd probably be Sans Felicity. But it would have like a lot of probably intimate moments, like people brushing their teeth or something. but it would be really good. It would be more like an indie movie, because those are the things I like to watch.
Si elle était aux commandes d'un épisode, elle ne jouerait probablement pas dedans, il n'y aurait pas Félicité. Mais en tout cas, il y aurait des moments intimes, donc des gens en train de se brosser les dents, mais ça serait intéressant, ce ne serait pas forcément un film indépendant.
She was brushing her teeth and you were brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
That's true.
You asked for
Origins.
I probably did. Ken send on who se brosse les dents. Well, I like the things that everybody does, which is sort of I know a lot of actors do, so it's probably beaten to
That
death.
scene was really good because they were all training and you were just doing crunches and you were painfully doing crunches.
I know, just the
They were by 10 and she was doing
Tout le
with
monde
5.
s'entraînait, et elle faisait
She gets like 5.
elle faisait juste des abdos difficilement.
Yoga, so
You must be very good at that.
I've been very active since I was a child, but
Donc elle est très sportive, elle fait du yoga, donc ce genre de scène, elle devrait... Enfin, mais ça ne va pas avec le personnage de Felicity. Une question facile.
Je voulais savoir, après crossover avec Flash, est-ce qu'on va pouvoir te voir dans la nouvelle série de DC Comics, Legend of Tomorrow?
So would you see you in the next show from DC Comics? It's Legend of Tomorrow, because there was a crossover with the Flash.
Et
So,
est-ce que tu as une pâtisserie française que tu aimes?
oh, which is your favorite French pastry? Okay. Two questions.
I'm really stuck on the food one.
So let's begin with Legend of Tomorrow.
No.
Let's start
Chocolate, yes. Probably crepes. And it would be Swiss cheese and strawberries. And then creme brulee.
like crème brûlée.
And then croissant with chocolate in it.
Oh, God. Nutella.
Croissant with chocolate.
Croissant with Nutella. Nutella.
Pain au chocolat.
Like bread with chocolate.
Oh, bread.
Or chocolate.
It's already
And I don't
scripted
speak
though
French.
because it's chocolate in the croissant.
Techniquement, c'est un croissant avec le chocolat à l'intérieur.
No, it doesn't
It's
have,
not a croissant.
it doesn't have the kind of croissant.
Square.
But it's the same dough. That's not what you mean, same dough.
My bad.
Either way, chocolate with flaky pastry.
You can put chocolate in
Chocolate.
Donc, du chocolat avec une pâtisserie en pâte feuilletée.
And Legend of Tomorrow?
Yes. If the only problem would be scheduling. But the idea and the formula has been laid out to have that happen.
Donc, l'idée d'apparaître dans les gens of Tomorrow est tout à fait positive et la seule chose qui pourrait l'empêcher, ce serait plutôt un problème de calendrier.
Sorry.
I hope. I just very short question.
Okay, that's
Are we gonna see a publicity for the shoot somewhere, like TV Guide,
Yes.
Entertainment Weekly, because they have been a long time, 3 years, and we have never seen you and Stephen on a good shoot together.
Oh, yeah.
Anymore.
On n'a jamais vu.
So it's weird because
I've never
Felicity
heard
et
anything
Steven
talked
dans un
about,
photoshoot
and
ensemble.
I
so
guess
no magazine has contacted you about it, or
no,
Est-ce que les magazines
We will
ont
have to
demandé
see
de
that
faire
one,
ce
I
genre
mean,
de...
in my opinion, I was a very the X-Files fan. I mean, I love Mulder
they're
and
redoing
Scully.
it. You know they're redoing it, right?
Yeah, I know.
I got a call the other day.
Maybe I'm
that
going to
I
Vancouver just to
I
see
am
them.
free for X-Files.
Maybe you will see me in Vancouver soon. I
Yeah,
think.
les fans de la série
So,
X-Files aussi.
for me, you, again, Felicity and Oliver, they are the most amazing couple on TV right now, forever. I mean,
Thank you.
Ils sont...
from Mother and Son.
Oliver et
Power
Felicity,
couple.
c'est le couple le
Really
plus
awesome.
sympa.
So I really
de la
want to
série.
see that. I mean, and maybe Entertainment Weekly, maybe TV Guide, or even CW.
Yeah, I think
understand
CW
why.
should
Pourquoi
be
les
doing it.
magazines n'essayent pas d'en faire leur couverture?
They do.
I think
I
we'll
could
have
mention something, but
to increase
honestly,
our
I'm not
Twitter
that-
attacks.
Much of a voice,
Crossing frequency.
mostly because I'm new.
Donc finalement, ils n'ont pas encore été contactés, c'est pas forcément dans leur plan. Elle n'est pas forcément la meilleure personne pour répondre. Ok.
You like to read. What do you like to read, and what do you can give us some advice? Which authors, which writers?
Yeah, sure.
Elle est lectrice et elle aime la lecture, donc quel
Oui.
genre de littérature lui plaît?
I haven't read a book in kind of probably close to a year that I'm ecstatic about. I'm having this issue right now, which really affects my mood. Books really affect my mood. So if I'm reading a really good book, I am thoroughly in the rest of my life. I don't know why, just very excited. It changes my mood.
Elle aime lire parce que la lecture, ça influence énormément ses émotions, et donc si elle lit un livre qui lui plaît, elle sait qu'elle va être heureuse le reste de la journée.
Ready Player One is recently being optioned into a movie. Steven Spielberg got it. It's a fantastic novel. Shantaram, written by
Chantaram.
David Gregory Ross, was one.
Ready Player One, I don't know the English, the French title.
Player One.
Donc Player One, qui va bientôt être adapté par Spielberg au cinéma.
Shantaram was written based off of his life story by
True story.
David Gregory Roberts.
There will be a new adaptation of this.
They are, I think Johnny Depp bought the rights, but like 4 years ago, so I don't know.
Donc, le livre Shantaram, c'est d'après une histoire vraie, c'est une expérience initiatique
I
qui se
read
passe en
that
Inde.
like
Et
4 years
ça va
ago.
peut-être
It's
être
been that long
adapté.
that I've like really thought of a
C'est une
book, and
rumeur
I'm
qui
like,
date d'il y a 4 ans avec Johnny Depp en rôle principal.
and there's this book, don't freak out, it's not 50, okay, it's just called Shades of Grey.
Okay.
And people are always like, ah. And it's written by Jasper Ford. It's very dry humor, and it's extremely colorful. It's about a post-apocalyptic world where societies are divided by the hue that they can see. And it's just very funny and weird, and there's a love story, but it's really weird.
Donc, il y a un
yeah,
livre aussi qu'elle aime
if you
beaucoup,
guys-
donc ce n'est pas 50 nuances de grès, mais c'est plutôt nuances de gris. Et c'est un livre qui se passe dans un monde post-apocalyptique. Il y a un petit peu une histoire d'amour, mais c'est surtout une histoire assez bizarre où les gens sont divisés par rapport à la façon dont ils voient les couleurs.
So you haven't read 50 Shades?
I have read 50 Shades. It was fine. It was good. Like it was
Donc,
good.
elle a lu
I know.
50 nuances de grès.
I read the first novel. I thought it was.
Entertaining.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Elle a
I
trouvé ça pas mal.
thought that if they were gonna make it in the movie, like why not run with it and like take it? This is my personal opinion. I was like, why not take it
Elle n'allait pas
and
forcément se ruer
make
pour
the
aller voir le
movie that
film.
they wrote, not like the movie that they decided they would sell a lot of money for.
It will be the last question,
Sure.
so you pick it. You pick it.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. La dernière question.
No, I can't.
I know it's about something no one ever asked you. You went to Vancouver Film School.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I got accepted a few weeks ago, and I wanted to know about your experience.
You did.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Elle a été à
For what
l'école d'art studio
For
de Vancouver.
a 4-month program.
For acting.
Yeah.
I did the 4-month program, and I thought it really did prepare me in a certain extent. I didn't end up doing the year because it just wasn't the formula that I wanted to work with.
It's really expensive.
It's very expensive, but I wasn't necessarily like I was going to get a loan and figure it out if I wanted to do it. But I started studying with my coach, who you will meet, Andrew McElroy, who taught my very first class and only one class out of the 4-month program because he was subbing. And the whole 4 months I was there, I was like, why aren't I not learning from this man? And so I went and have studied with him for the last 6 years of my life. So he has changed my way of learning how to act and a scene. One thing that is not taught, I find, in acting classes or film schools is business things. That's something that you have to learn hands-on, and you can't get sort of underwhelmed or overwhelmed by it. I think that learning acting and being able to study a script and reading can be taught, and I also think that you just really, really have to love story. So read everything. And listen to what everybody says, but if you have your own opinion, I think that I mean, that goes with anything. But I think that comes with acting too, because there's a lot of bullshit that people are gonna tell you on how you should do a certain way. There's a lot of different styles of teaching. There's a lot of different styles of taking down the script. And if something doesn't work for you, then don't make it work for you. Find what does. So I think that that's one of the things that I've always had a problem with like schooling, is that if something doesn't work for me, it's like, well, how am I gonna learn it? But there's always another way to find out how to learn it. You just might have to put in a little extra effort to find it.
Thank you so much for answering this.
I hope that
It helps
worked.
me. Yeah, it helps.
But I
me
would never
because-
take back my time from the 4 months I did there.
Okay, good.
So whatever gets you on the next step.
Donc,
I will see.
Yeah.
elle parlait de l'expérience qu'elle a eue à la Teaching School de Vancouver. Et finalement, elle a beaucoup apprécié les cours qu'on lui a donnés là-bas. Mais la personne qui a vraiment changé sa vie et qui a vraiment été déterminante dans sa carrière d'actrice, c'est plutôt son coach. Puisqu'il y a énormément de façons d'apprendre comment jouer la comédie, et comment lire un script et bien l'étudier. Elle conseillerait plutôt de choisir la façon qui vous va, celle qui vous convient le mieux, et surtout d'écouter ce que disent les gens et de garder l'esprit ouvert et de lire le plus possible pour apprendre le plus possible.
Thank you for asking that. I'm like hot right